it's Siobhan again. Today is such a beautiful day and I'm on a hike at a park called Short Hills, which is a provincial park in St. Catharines right next to the Niagara Escarpment, and it's also part of the Ontario Greenbelt. You might have heard of the Ontario Greenbelt before, but if you haven't, the Ontario Greenbelt is a huge strip of land that runs all the way through Ontario that is protected and includes farmland and wetlands, forests, and rivers and lakes as well. Over 2 million acres of land are protected under the Greenbelt and have been since it was created in 2005. I think the Greenbelt is such an important part of this region because Toronto and the GTA and Southern Ontario in particular have been really intensive with urban sprawl and development, and I think there's a lot of potential to develop even more of this area. So the Greenbelt Foundation is an organization that works with Ontario's growth plan really closely to ensure that while communities and urban areas are growing, these natural areas are protected. So I grew up in St. Catharines, right near the Niagara Escarpment, and I went for hikes when I was a kid, and I was really close to this area growing up, so that was such a privilege to have that, and I wish everybody had that experience. It's so important to protect areas like the Greenbelt because we want to keep those areas for future generations and make sure that everybody can enjoy them for a long time coming. However, as urban spaces grow and the demand for development increases, there have been tons of proposals to develop and build on the Greenbelt. The most recent one that I've heard recently is the proposal for Highway 413 in Ontario, which would be developed through part of a protected moraine. And there's been a lot of backlash to the highway proposal from environmental groups and opposing political parties for good reason, because we want to protect the Greenbelt as much as possible. And especially since the government of Ontario, they have plans to expand the Greenbelt, which is a good thing. So the highway proposal kind of seems like contradictory to that, and also seems contradictory to climate targets. So I will link an article to this video that explains a lot more comprehensively the back and forth between the Ontario government and other parties about expanding the Greenbelt. But I think the main thing is that the highway proposal would be a pretty big environmental loss, and it would have a lot of snowball effects, negative effects on the surrounding areas. The current stage that we're in right now is that residents and organizations have until April 19th of 2021 this year to voice their comments and concerns. So, if people speak up and say, hey, we want to protect the Greenbelt or expand the Greenbelt because it's vital to this region, it's vital to the health of our environment and our people, and, for all these reasons, that could really make a difference in making this decision and this circumstance a really good one. And I'm sure in the environmental community, you probably hear all the time, like, sign this petition or write a letter to your local government and all that about certain environmental issues, but that actually works, and that is a concrete action that you can take and a way to make change. So if you're an Ontario resident, I strongly encourage you to just take a few moments and go to the link in the description of this video and just write up a few short sentences and a few comments. Just say how you feel and submit them. So before I filmed this video, I took a few minutes and wrote up my comments and submitted them. So I've done it, and now it's your turn.